What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rise to Elevate podcast. I'm your host, Marcel Seabrook, and this week we got interview 122, and it took a turn whenever he got to my house, but in a good way. I'm not going to say why yet, but I just think it's beautiful it's beautiful how small this world is, you know? But I got the engineer, I got the producer, I got the artist, DZRO, the DZRO.
DZRO it is, yes, sir.
Go, bro. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just visiting back in town. I've recently moved to Nashville from Charleston.
Okay.
Lived here my whole life.
So you got to see some snow this year?
Yeah. Probably more than I've ever seen living here.
That's different.
Yeah, no, it's at first it was magical. It was pretty cool, but then you kind of realize that life needs to operate still.
Yeah,
and then you go on the road and you're like, oh shit, I'm like swerving.
Did you see any cubs or like any bears?
Dude, any bears? Nah, bro. But like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's chipmunks and rabbits like all around.
I was there. I went to Dollywood not too long ago, and I saw a cub up in the woods. Like,
oh, it's fire.
Yeah,
bro.
I think it's beautiful, man. I didn't really like Dollywood that much. And what is it, Pigeon Forest or you know what I'm talking about?
I think Dollywood's like 3 hours from Tennessee.
Okay,
or from,
yeah.
Nashville, but I've heard so much about it.
It's cool though. But anyways, I do just want to say thank you for even taking time out to come on the podcast. This has been an honor to finally meet you. You've been supporting for about like 2-3 years. If you guys don't know by now, please go on his social media. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at it's ITSDZRO. So it's DZRO. TikTok, I think it's _ DZRO _ yeah, I mean, that's the tag everywhere.
I just wanted to kind of throw that out there now before we dig into the interview, because I'm trying to do something different. That's why I've been thank you guys too who've been watching every single interview or even wanting to hop on. But I'm trying to be different, you know?
Yeah.
122 people have hopped on the podcast, and it's like I can't just be the same thing, you know? So I do want to ask, where are you from?
I am from here, born and raised. My parents, they moved here in 95, and they opened up a restaurant known as Do Re Mi Pizza, New York style pizza. Still here to this day. If you guys
10 out of
ever
10.
Want to try it, go check it out.
It's
I definitely be some of the best pizza you've ever had.
I went there growing up like a lot. Shout out to your brother. And just a lot of memories there, and just Mount Pleasant in particular, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and like, do you have anything that you kind of like appreciate about growing up there?
You know, growing up, I would say, like, I guess in Charleston in general, or maybe more specifically Mount Pleasant, was definitely, I mean, I guess I was just zone into Charleston, but I miss the weather here, man. You know, you leave and you start to appreciate the 120-degree summers a little more than you'd think. I would say the weather, man. I miss the hospitality. Yeah, the Southern hospitality.
You think that people in like Tennessee don't have it? Like,
no, they definitely do. But I mean, you're definitely going to get more of like a bigger crowd of people, a more varied crowd. You know, you come here and there's soul, like there's history, which is
it's
also
character.
another big part of it.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I haven't moved yet, which I am moving soon, and I just think that I would definitely miss how the hospitality part is, and like how you could kind of go up to anybody in Charleston and be like, what's up, how are you doing? Yeah. And then you go somewhere out of state and it's like they're short talking, you know, or they won't even say nothing, you know. So I do want to ask, like, where'd you go to like elementary school, and like what's the stomping grounds for you?
Elementary school, the stomping grounds, James B. Edwards Elementary, bro. Shout out Prince Mr. Lee, bro. I haven't heard about him in years, bro. I really genuinely hope
that's something I think a lot of people don't appreciate is their teachers,
bro. That principal, you know? Like I feel like your teachers, your principals, your staff, you know, especially in an elementary school where like growth is crucial, and like putting those kids in an environment where it's not like
hostile,
yes, and just boring, man. Like the principal, like, you know, there was incentive to actually go and do things because like it was fun. Yeah. You know,
I remember House of Balance. You remember that?
House of Balance is
probably not in Mount Pleasant, but in around this way.
You talking about like the jump castle?
Yeah, like, it was like the place
like
with
Monkey Joe's or whatever it's called.
Yeah, or I don't know. I don't know honestly that, but I know like in school they'd be like Wednesdays, if you come and put your teacher's name on the thing, like you get like a free pizza or something, and then like a free House of Balance.
Okay, word. Yeah,
and then they did the Chick-fil-A fundraiser thing, where you had to like go sell stuff and then you'd have a Chick-fil-A party or something.
Yeah, we
I don't
definitely
know,
did that
it's-
way earlier on for sure. But you
Yeah.
know, of course, as you grow older and stuff, things
Yeah,
get a
it
little
just kind of
less-
like, yeah. But what were you doing though? Like, were you like just out with the boys all at a young age? Like, do you remember? Some people don't really remember.
I was very anti. I was social, but I was also like, you know, I had my few friends and that was it. I kind of had to figure out what I wanted to do because, you know, like my brother played sports and, you know, don't get me wrong, like I like sports as much as the next guy, probably honestly not.
Right.
But you know, I listen to a lot of music because when you're figuring yourself out and you know, you don't have
Downtime.
anyone influencing you. I don't want to
Yeah.
say my parents weren't there because, you know, they were
No,
incredible
yeah, it's
parents, but,
different
like,
though. Like, you know,
they kind of let me choose my own
yeah, I was about to
path,
say
you know?
like, yeah, and that's something too. I think some like people need to appreciate as their parents. Like,
Yes.
your parents are trying. You know what I mean? Like they were put in the same like world you were in. Like, and they were. God damn, I can't even talk. They were in your shoes once.
Yes.
You know, they were 12 once. They were 8 years old once. And I think when you kind of don't allow that type of factor to downplay it as being a kid to your parent or, you know, or whatever, then yeah. Anyways, I'm just trying to think because like I really didn't have that like role model or, you know what I mean? I did, but I had like 20 people trying to be my mom and dad.
I mean,
and
hey,
stuff,
what's the
so-
saying, man? Like, it takes a village to raise a child or something like
I
that?
guess, bro.
Definitely, bro.
But, you know, everything shapes you into who you are now. You just have to learn to accept the flaws and, you know. So, anyways, middle school.
Middle school, Moultrie Middle. Definitely grew up in, like,
Moultrie.
went to JV and then moved to Moultrie Middle School.
Did you get in trouble a lot?
Nah,
or-
I was a pretty laid back kid. I didn't really do a whole lot. I was very in the background for sure. I guess same with high school. I went to Wando after that, and I think coming like 8th grade, you know, I started to find my group of friends, and that's around the time I started picking up production.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm like on my iPod or iPhone, you know, I was big into like jailbreaking.
Yeah.
You know, you ever like jailbreak your iPad
Oh,
or
yeah,
iPod
yeah.
or something like
Androids.
that? We do not
Yeah.
condone that, by the way.
No.
We do not want
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I know what you mean though. Yeah.
Now, so like, you know, you search and you find things, and I'm sitting there, I found like a beat making app. I'm like, oh, sick. And you mess around, you find things out. And that was kind of like the first spark that lit the fire.
Yeah.
And then I think in 9th grade, I moved from Mount Pleasant to like Clements Ferry area.
Okay. Yeah, a little
And
different.
I ran into a super old friend who just happened to live in that area. And, you know, we started hanging out, and I went to his grandparents with him in like Greenville area one summer. And I think we went to Frankie's Fun Park. You know
Oh,
Frankie's Fun Park?
yeah. Ashley
bro.
Phosphate. It's
Yeah,
my
dude.
place.
But
I
I
love
guess they had
Frankie's.
one in like Greenville or whatever. And so you know, like the key machine where you put like the key into the box.
Yeah,
and
and
like,
then
trying
you
to win
get the
prize?
iPhone and stuff.
Dude, $3 into the machine, I won an iPad Mini.
Wow.
And this was like freshman year.
So it was like a sign.
that's exactly
Like it
how
felt
looked
like
at
it was like meant to happen.
And at the time, you know, like I was still kind of like, I wouldn't say like grinding music or anything. I was definitely still experimenting. I just like made a beat here and there.
Right.
But after that, I was like, dude, I'm gonna like.
Did like, you know, and I want to talk about, because this this interview, this is your first one on here. I kind of try to dig into like just your life.
Yeah.
It's not just like the music side, but I
100%.
do want to kind of ask, do you think that like your parents or anybody kind of like almost made you not want to make music and stuff? Or like, was there a time that they were just like, because I know you said they were open to like what you did, so you kind of did whatever. But was there a point when you started making music that they were like, no, I don't think you should do this. Like you should maybe go to military or like.
I've had, you know, for the most part, I've had pretty supportive parents because, you know, them opening their own business and kind of finding their own path has also led me to believe like that's not
Kinda
college
how
isn't
they-
the
yeah.
only option. I can make my own way
Yeah,
to figure out whether that's, you know, doing
Just
you know, manual
anything.
labor or whatever it is, restaurant work, or, you know, like college isn't the only option.
No, it isn't.
Or, you know,
Military.
And so they were very happy with like the music and stuff like that. But, you know, they're older souls. They like rock and roll. They like classic rock.
Yeah, and that too. You know,
and
that
I just
played-
happen to gravitate to like rap
Rap.
and hip hop. And, you know, my parents are very anti, like, turn that shit off.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
Like,
yeah.
like the loud banging shit. But, you know,
Yeah.
like everyone's different. You know,
That's why I had to ask, because, you know, you really would think like, you know, some parents would be like, I don't want my kid to be a rapper or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never kind of heard that, but Yeah, no, you got cool parents, man, and definitely wanted to like ask, did your friends, like you said, ninth and 10th grade is when you kind of started like producing music. Were your friends like rapping on your beats or like what was going on?
I mean, I feel like you put a bunch of kids in a microphone in a room, and if one of them knows how to operate it, you're gonna get probably a cringy freestyle out of it at some point.
But hey, it might turn out some like what's his name? The dude who's in jail now, TK.
TK?
Yeah, it might happen like that.
Yeah.
Well, not the jail part, but like the whole, your whole career boom.
The prequel to that.
Yeah.
I definitely, like, me and my friends, before I started, like, I don't want to say taking it seriously because I kind of always just had the passion for it the whole time. But, like, before I realized I actually, like, wanted to pursue it, me and my friends would mess around. I'd make a beat, they would rap on it, we would all write whatever the hell, or freestyle whatever the hell. And I definitely am glad I had those moments with them, because when you grow older and you really start to find your people, like, not everyone has the time to sit down and do goofy things like freestyle
of course
with you.
Yeah,
and
especially after 18.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a very small friend group, but they've stuck with me to this day.
Got to be grateful. What's some advice that you could give to anybody who maybe like just needs like just the push to the drive in high school to keep going? Because high school is kind of like when you find yourself and figure out kind of like what you want to do, but who you are.
I'll give two small pieces because they're very simple. One, don't give a fuck. Excuse my French. Don't give a fuck about anybody else. Because, dude, I swear to God, I used to walk around like with my computer in my hand in pajamas, like I just woke up because I did. And like I probably got looks and I probably got teased, but like if you think about the little things that's not going to directly affect you, then that's just going to stop you from anything. It's just going to build that anxiety, and
and it rubs off on other people because it like becomes contagious to other people. So if like your friends are seeing you're not consistent, then they're going to be like, if I don't have to be, 'cause,
and another thing, like I guess, what would I say, as cliche as it is, like tomorrow's always going to be there's going to be a better day tomorrow, because I remember just like like other than like my few friends, I rode pretty solo dolo in school. And so there'd be moments where, I'd be kind of just chilling and all alone. And, you have, as a hormone raging teenager, you have thoughts you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But, I would say just keep looking to the next day because, I don't know, man. You'll eventually figure shit out.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
do.
how else to put it, cause
you do.
Just trusting yourself, I guess.
It just sucks because it actually takes some trauma and some like, a lot of down moments, and actually a ton of down moments, and then maybe like a couple positive moments. And you got to make the positive out of that sometimes.
I guess another way to put that would be, don't be afraid of trial and error. A lot of people are afraid to try something because they're afraid it's going to suck, whatever it turns out. And I feel like for myself, going into making music, I knew I was going to suck because, like, obviously, how do I know how to sit there and make a beat? You have to start somewhere.
You have to
start. So I feel like trial and error as a human, just going through anything is the most important thing, man. Like, don't be afraid to fail and get back up.
And be yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So because we were kind of talking about 9th and 10th grade, what was obviously probably your first job was with your peoples, right?
Yeah. So I mean, like on the side and stuff, I would definitely help out, just like answering phones and waiting tables. Obviously I can't drive, deliver pizzas.
But that's clutch though, because you didn't have to go out and go search. It's hard to find a job, especially at a young age, because you can only either go to like Publix and
I mean that was my next option. I worked with the parents for a little bit and did that on the side, like during the summers and like weekends when I had time. But I worked at Harris Teeter because it was like right next to my
Love Harris Teeter.
Yeah, bro. Shouts out Harris Teeter, bro. It goes crazy.
Put my dog on, bro.
Telling you, bro. But, I definitely.
You should do an open mic drop in Harris Teeter. That crazy. Actually would be tough,
dude. I don't know if corporate would let me get away with that.
Well, that's the thing, and I hope nobody's watching this. That like, if you're a business owner,
Harris Teeter open mic, we need to make it happen.
But I go in these places and I just risk a biscuit, man. You can't really care.
Honestly, so facts, bro. I'll bring my JBL and like a Bluetooth mic or something and figure it out. That'd be so sick.
I mean, not even that. Just put an AirPod in and maybe just like have someone hold the mic above, and like you just have to blend in until you get kicked out. And then when you get kicked out,
until you get kicked out.
No, I mean I got kicked out of Northwoods Mall recently.
Really?
Yeah, and I wasn't even. Though, right? I mean, I'll go back, but No, I just don't. I don't care, man. Like not like that. As long as I'm not recording somebody else or hurting somebody, you know what I mean? The only thing I could really see to get kicked out is if I'm like going up to you like this and you
like, yo, what do you think about this song?
No, like recording you and being with your kids and stuff.
Like in your business.
That's where I could understand. But if it's like something like I'm doing my video or a content or something like that, and nobody
like,
else,
let me do me.
Yeah, like, bro, what's the difference? Like, anyways. So yeah, what was like after high school, and you graduated, of course. Yeah. Congratulations on that. Because a lot of people kind of get stuck at that senior year. Like that senior year is so key, bro, because it's like you think you made it, but
senioritis hits, bro.
Yeah, you start like just not wanting to do it. You got senior skip day. So what was it like your senior year?
Senior year,
do you remember it?
Honestly, I remember it. It coasted by, to be honest, though. I got most of my main credits out of the way, so it was like double early out, so like late and early out. Yeah, so it was a lot of. I would say my junior year and my senior year were definitely my highlights of high school, because that's when I started meeting people who had those same passions. And I know you're trying to talk about life and shit, but when I'm telling you, like, I don't do anything else, like,
it's okay.
That's all I do.
But some people, it's just like a thing that I follow, because I think people sleep on like their life, like what you've been through has shaped you to who you are now.
100%. That's
so I think that's what the whole motto of this podcast is do you have a story? And you have a story, whether it may not be as fulfilling as someone like mine, you still have a story. And I think that's like the best part about having people come on, and 100%. Your story is beautiful, man. Like you got to be grateful of where you've been and being able to just come out music. Because some people don't start music until they're like 30 or something.
Seriously. I mean, hey, no matter when you start, as long as you carry that passion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's all that matters.
And it seems like it was you. So after high school, what was going on and stuff?
After high school, I feel like people get to a point after high school, including myself, where you try to figure out what to do. Like, what's next? Because you don't want to be stuck in that. Definitely. Yeah. Seeing all my friends go off to college and seeing, the ones who didn't, go and find their place in the workforce. I was doing things like moving furniture and just picking up side gigs, which, great money, and no one, not knocking anyone who does that, but you can't do that forever. It breaks down your body. Yeah. And so I'm trying to think, like, what's my next step when it's right there?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Definitely feel like at that point was when I decided to take a chance on myself. Because with just like,
what's some advice you could give to somebody that doesn't know how to take the chance, or like scared to like? Yeah, I'm just dropping little like gems that we could drop to some.
Let me
people.
think, man.
It's all good. If you can't, then we can move to the next one too.
I mean, I live by trial and error, bro. Fucking just do it till you figure it out, and then do it until you.
I'll drop a gem. I'll drop a gem. Just don't be a yes man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when I started doing everything like I was like, I have to, or someone paid me. I've done interviews where they paid me, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, money is not the main focal point when you're trying to become successful, like a big career. Like, the money will come. Yeah. Like, it's gonna just be natural. And you have to be okay with that. It's really balance, man. Like, to do anything in your life, you have to have
balance is huge.
Some type of balance, because if you're allowing the beam, like, earlier I was telling you I lost myself. Like, it's made it to where I'm natural on here, but when I get off the camera, I'm like, whew.
You're like, all right, what's next?
I'm like, whoa, my brain, And that's like the dedication that you have to have. That's why I think about like Kevin Hart and all these people. Like, imagine their free time. They probably can't unlock out. Like, they've locked themselves in to have generation curses broke, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They're financially straight. They're doing what they love.
And that takes serious risk and balls, dude.
It takes a lot. That's why I wanted to ask, how would you tell someone to take a risk? And if, I'll kind of answer it.
Just have trust in yourself.
Yeah, just trust the process and be yourself. I'll keep saying that too, because
I find that I surround myself with assholes, and I say that in a good way. Because most of my friends that I've like seriously stuck to, when I say they're assholes, I mean they're blunt. They're straightforward. Yeah, there's no lines to read between. They'll tell me if I'm looking like an idiot or fucking up or with something.
Yeah,
but
you need that.
They'll give me the truth, and I know how to improve on that. But they're also going to be there when I'm up and be like, yo, good job. But they'll also be there when I'm down and be like, do you need a hand?
Yeah.
But they're probably gonna tease me a little bit because like they're just being straightforward. You know?
Right. And you need that though, man. Like, if you don't have friends like that, then you have to really just find a way to discipline yourself. And like me, like I have like my cousin, same thing. Like, they see the video and they're like, that's whack, like the content, I won't post it. You know, I'll probably do it, but I'm like, I trust this is a team. You got to have a team in order to, you know. So we'll talk about your music because I feel like we kind of got into your life a lot. And, you know, I appreciate you even taking time out on that. It's always fun doing that because I think, like, everybody's different, you know?
Yeah.
So like when did you first start making music?
Probably around like 14. You know, like when I mentioned earlier, I was doing all the jailbreaking and stuff, messed around with making beats, and then I won that iPad and I really started to lock in. And
so that was like the first.
That was like the moment where I was like,
how'd you keep like
I love this.
The momentum going after that? Like,
man, I mean,
just your friends
when you have a passion for something, you want to do it every moment of your life. Like you don't want to do anything else, and that can get exhausting. Don't get me wrong, we're all human beings. We all just need to like sit down and breathe sometimes. Exactly, but when you really love something or whatever it is, like you just want to like just dive into it, indulge in it, envelop in it. And I feel like that's how it's always been with music. Like with the pizza place, you know, it's music themed. We had a stage and like bands come in, so music has always been around. And when I started figuring it out was when I was like, all right, yeah, like.
What kind of like music do you classify like that you make?
I definitely sit in the realm of like hip hop, rap, R&B, but I'm in the process of learning to DJ. I just bought like a super expensive DJ board, and I've always loved like electronic EDM music. I've never even been to a festival, but like if I'm gonna go, and the first time I go, I'm going to be on that stage. Because I feel like if I'm in the crowd, I'm just going to be depressed. No, I'm like, damn, I want to be up there, bro.
Yeah. Which a lot of times, you know, what you said earlier, kind of about like you have to be around people who are assholes. Like, I'm an asshole, I ain't going to lie.
Yeah.
Especially because I've made
But it's for the greater good, right?
Yeah. I mean, of course. But it's not like I'm trying to tell you what to do. But I think when it comes to me giving advice about music, I always have to bring that up because I'm not an artist. So I can't be like, you know, do this, and that.
Do that.
And then I'm over here like, I ain't never dropped. I dropped one song on SoundCloud, you know? So, like, I just kind of I'd say that. But anyways, I think it's important for an artist to maybe, like, focus on their, like, their production stuff.
Yeah.
Like, all this stuff first, because if not, then it's like when you do get on stage, your stage presence is going to, like, it's just going to be awkward. You know, I've seen a lot of awkward artists who sound good in music and through headphones, but when they get on stage, it's like
can't reflect that presence. And I think performance is so huge when it comes to actually making music and being a part of music. Because of course, you know, with production and how it is nowadays, you know, you don't have a lot of live instruments, so it's hard for people to look and be like, oh yeah, you're performing. Having that presence, like you were saying, is huge. Like creating that feeling that yeah, you're owning the stage right now,
and you're making it like a movie kind of, you know, like you want people to
are putting themselves in that,
like something going on. So shout out to Tyler the Creator, and
seriously, bro,
a lot of these people.
I went to the 2021 tour, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's beautiful.
Fantastic.
I loved all of it. I went to that one and I went to Flower Boy one. The Flower Boy one that was crazy, been sick. Dude. I was cool. And the best thing about it, we'll talk about this real fast. The best thing about it was in Greenville or somewhere in Greenville, and it was in a high school.
Oh, fire.
So it was in a gym.
And bro just pulled up?
Bro, it was like maybe 400 people at Tyler the Creators. And TZO Touchdown opened up and no. Anyways, yeah.
TZO Touchdown opened in Charleston.
Yeah, that's what it was Vince Staples, Cali Uchis, and dude, I don't even know. I think it was TZ Touchdown and then Vince Staples and then Cali Uchis and then Tyler the Creator. But anyways, just Tyler the Creator, he's such a dude. His
huge inspiration.
Yeah, but I do want to ask, like not just like your first song and stuff like that, but when did you make your first like big present? Like, when did you get your name? Let's start there.
DZRO honestly came so recently, bro. Like,
that's what I was about to
within
ask,
the last like 6 months.
So what was your first name then?
Dude, oh my god,
I'm
almost embarrassed, bro.
Oh, no. You don't have to say if you don't want to, but I wanted to ask because I feel like because
it was I probably had like 5 or 6 names, but like the one that stuck is Danny Phantom on the track.
Oh, that one's hard.
Yeah, because I mean obviously the copyright issues with that, but
of course,
you know, like
but you could put
that was a fantastic. Yeah,
you could probably put the V or the A.
Okay, no, fire. I didn't think of that at the time, but
there's some things you could move.
You know, I definitely. It didn't ring all the way for me, and then I noticed like there were other artists who had bigger traction that had similar names, and it just kind of like I was like, man, I don't want to. I don't want to blend in too much.
Who does it first is about who does it the best, bro.
And that's I feel like I definitely should have been thinking like that for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, I
Everything
wouldn't have landed where
happens
I'm
for a reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still get called that to this day. Like, yo,
That's hard,
my buddies
though.
would call me Phantom and shit.
Phantom,
And it's funny to
Phantom
me.
on the Danny Phantom on the beat.
Yeah, bro.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, bro.
But like, when did you like take it all serious? I know you said, you know, with your friends in ninth grade, but when did you actually like start telling people like I'm a rapper now? Like,
yeah, junior year, I had a friend, Brandon, you know, he's a really close family friend. He introduced me to my friend Declan, Plan D. He's a rapper as well. Need to plug him. He's fire. And he had a friend, Connor, and I started linking with them, and dude, we would skip like halfway through school like every day, and we would just go to Connor's house. Like I would make a beat, Connor record Declan on it, and it just got into a process. And you do something enough and you build that confidence in yourself. And so, you know, we would go and do this every day of every week of every month, you know, all through like second semester. And it was just, I had the confidence to be like, I know I'm good enough to want to put myself out there. So
did you rent out like studios and stuff, or did y'all have like a home equipment and stuff?
So, I mean, it was just us three in Connor's house. You know, he had his studio gear. You know, he invested a lot into it. He had, you know, a whole mix board, a rack, and everything. But, you know, like at the end of the day, it was out of the closet, you know. You started with a microphone and an audio interface, and eventually you build up to something. But with my buddy Connor, you know, we had a setup in his place. And I guess, you know, that was kind of when I really felt like I loved it and I wanted to do it for the rest of my life. And going forward, I guess like kind of more recently, like the past couple of years, I started working at a studio.
What's the name of it?
Soulshine Studios. I think they're kicking under a different owner now, but that was started by my friend Everett, who owns a gallery in Mount Pleasant. You familiar with the White Gallery?
Sounds familiar. Everett sounds familiar.
You know where
too.
Mike's Bikes on Coleman next to Mulch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Everett, he's renting out that building, and he's turned that into a beautiful gallery.
That's
like,
huge.
Yeah,
I
no,
was gonna
he's
say.
very invested in the arts, and like if anyone from Charleston or Mount Pleasant is interested in art, I would suggest checking it out. Great area to look into, and they do like events and like food trucks here and there. So
it's
really
cool. That's why I like Mount Pleasant, because they're so like uppity. You know what I mean? Like they do a lot of stuff. Like I feel like around Somerville and Goose Creek, like it's starting to buzz a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was Mount Pleasant just hits different.
I think Charleston's definitely getting to that point where it's like things are starting to bubble here.
Yeah.
You know, it's becoming a bigger city, because Charleston's always felt like a big small city.
Right.
You know, at least recently, before I left, because I felt like, you know, you go downtown or you go to North Charleston or Somerville, and it's crowded as shit. Like there's all these people living here.
It's a lot of people.
But the town doesn't look like it should have all these people in it.
But you know, yesterday I went out to Park Circle for the St. Patrick parade, and I couldn't even breathe. Like I was like, holy cow! Like every time you walk, there was like just so many people.
That must have been cool though. I heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, it was fun. It's just like you know what I told you earlier.
Way too many
outside.
people,
I'm just I'm
yeah.
locked in. Like I look at people and I'm like, they don't have that dog in them. Nope, they don't got that dog in them. They don't got the dog, because it's like,
He said, no, not you, you. You're cool. Fuck you.
Yeah, literally. Not like that, but you know, I just can't be around. Like, dude, Kevin Hart just hopped on what is it, Playboy Maxi or whatever, that producer dude that's buzzing right now.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You know, he's done like a lot of like he's been making the beat live with the artist.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know
Playboy Max, whatever. Anyways, Kevin Gates went on there and was like, bro was showing him a stream with all these girls on it. He was like paused and was like, you know them? And he was like, no. He was like, that's not good. You don't need them around you. Like, it's just like, you don't need other people's around you, because they could feed you these like manipulative like opinions of yourself or something to make you change. Like you don't need that, bro. Even me, like that's why I love being and horning in my energy for when I meet people, because it's like they leave here and they're like, holy cow, dude, that dude is on something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
he's
actually onto something, and like, you know, and yeah, so,
like there's magic happening.
Yeah,
here.
there is definitely, like, and it's good energy. Like there's no hidden agenda or like, you know what I mean?
It's wholesome. It's straightforward.
Yeah, bro, and that's like my favorite part about doing this is I have nothing to hide. I can do this and be like, there's nothing. I'm not doing anything. I don't do nothing. You know, I just work. Like I literally just do this. So yeah, I just got too into it.
Dude, you're good, bro. I mean, that's exactly how I feel. Like when I mentioned earlier, like you love something, you want to do it every day.
Yeah, facts.
And like especially if you have that confidence and faith in yourself, like
You have to.
you're gonna live it, man.
You have to, because think of you, Michael Jordan. You think you would have made it, or LeBron? You think you would have made it?
No,
bro,
if you didn't put your whole
dog.
foot and like your whole shit into it. Then
But there's levels to being humble, and you have to be able to stay at one level of humbleness for a while. You know, because anyway,
can't get too cocky.
Yeah, you can't. So what, you got any projects coming up? Like, what's up real quick before we kind of like do the last, I do a trivia thing.
Oh, sick.
So we're going to do that in a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm dropping a song, Heal From Me, on Tuesday, March 18th. For anyone who's like a chill rap, Mac Miller, Black Sam kind of fan, if you're into any artists like that, definitely got that vibe. And following that, I'll have singles every month. I'm trying to just pursue staying consistent with my music.
Bro, my advice, and I tell every artist, especially if you're watching this, definitely keep watching. I keep seeing this thing pop up and it's driving me nuts.
Oh, you're good.
But drop every Friday. Every Friday, like my homie TJ has he showed me 300 songs, bro, on his phone. He has 300 songs he's made. And I told TJ, drop every Friday. Like, bro, come on. Like, there's like, if you do it every Friday,
dude, shooters gotta shoot, and eventually you're gonna make one.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
Like that's fair.
Just throw it out. Like that's why I drop 5 a day. Like content to me is like doing a lottery. Like I'd rather do that than scratch off, because I know one of these videos could hit. But I don't do it for views anymore, because it's all a game, bro. Like it's all controlled. Like when you push your content or even your music, if you're not paying for it to get pushed out, or you're not buying these followers and stuff, then it won't get put in the algorithm unless it just hits, luckily.
Exactly.
And that sucks. Like, how much hidden talent and stuff is getting wasted because of algorithm?
Yeah. And that's definitely what I feel like. I feel like it sucks, 'cause I feel like things like social media and the algorithm and all this other shit have killed things like the music industry and just creation in people, because everyone's not looking at, okay, I just need to create this piece of music. I need to create this video. I need to create this. They're just like, okay, how do I appeal to people with, how do I work this algorithm? How do I post to make this work, or whatever it is? And there's no like, you're not focusing on what's in front of you. You're focusing on what's over here. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's like just taking a longer road to get to like what's right in front of you.
No, that's a fact, bro. What's something you struggle with every day other than consistency and stuff like that? Like just something,
What I struggle with every day, man, I guess even like music included, man, getting up and just, doing it. I know it's kind of contrary to what I was saying. Like you love it every day, like eventually you're going to do it, but
what's your
you burn out.
What's your like beginning process to make music?
Man, dude,
or what is the process to make
the process, man? Sometimes it usually always starts with a melody for me. I hear a certain sound in my head, and I hear whether maybe it's a hook. Sometimes it's a melody. Sometimes it's drums, and usually I'll start with like what I'm hearing in my head first, and mostly that's a melody. And if I'm making a beat, usually I'll build other melodies around that, bass, and then I'll put drums on it. But if it's like building a song, sometimes I might do shit really out of order. Like I go like so left and right, which is kind of fucked up. But I mean, like whatever works, method, though, whatever works.
But do you do it like you write at nighttime, or like what do you write?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely, I do a lot of writing, but I'm also trying to like push myself to be more on the spot.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you capture in that moment, especially if you get really good at honing that energy, like it's unmatched, it's raw, it's live, it's there.
Yeah. I don't really like people who do just writing music, because I feel like when you do get put on the spot, it's like you're not that good,
Yeah.
Not like that, but just
ain't nothing wrong with being calculated and all that.
Not at all. But there's like,
you have to build yourself around that, and you have to work around that, man. Just like, with music, I feel like I want to get to the point where I'm speaking it like it's a language.
Yeah.
But back to, sorry, I'm like so off track. Back to what you're talking about. What I struggle with, I guess, is, I guess direction. I know I want to get up and make music every day, and sometimes it's like I do have an idea, but what you were telling me with like how you structure your podcast and everything, you have certain steps about how you go about everything. Like especially recently, I've been kind of trying to lock into that. It's important to have.
You have a notebook?
Steps. Yeah, dude. I actually bought one like a month ago, and I've been putting just like little things like, okay, I need to post like beats on like every Saturday. I need to get those stems done so I can have them all posted.
That's how it
ready by
starts, bro.
Friday.
You do little small ones, just like lead yourself up. And sometimes I do an outrageous one that I know I may not do that day.
Yeah.
But it's like you still allow yourself to have that thought of like, if I do this, I'm doing better than I did yesterday. Because that's really what it is. If you do what you set out to do and you failed, then you could do it tomorrow and be like, dang, I did better than I did yesterday.
100%.
You went harder. So,
And if you're interested in reading it all, Atomic Habits has definitely like shown me that like you don't have to make grand steps to get to where you want. Like the little steps are the most important thing. And that's definitely it's made it very apparent. I don't know. Sometimes you need to hear it or read it from somewhere else.
yeah, no, of course. Do you like get inspiration from like the books you read in your music and stuff, or is it more of just like you just read books?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm an avid reader. You know, I'll read here and there. Like I've read that one recently. I've read a music publishing book. Like I really just like to, I feel like read shit that I can benefit
Dabble
from.
into whatever.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to say like the self-help books or anything like that.
Because
like,
you're still young, right? Not trying to be weird.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Yeah, so you're still young, bro. Like you got a lot of, I wouldn't say like room to improve, but you just have a lot of trial and error
There's
to go through.
time, trial,
because that's the only way to get better. Like you're not
Exactly.
just gonna get better by doing everything right. Like you have to fail in order to get to that next level. That's why it rise to elevate. You rise to elevate over everything and stay above it. You don't just like allow it to like level you down. You know, that's why I was homeless and sleeping on the thing, and like I just lost. Like you have to change this thing, and like nobody else is gonna do it except you. So it sounds cliche and it sounds obvious, but
I mean the reason it's
real.
cliche is because people do it.
Yeah,
and it happens.
Literally,
you know?
like. But I wanted to ask, and we don't have to like dig too much in
Yeah.
it. But I feel like we didn't answer where you got your name from, though.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
most recent one.
DZRO, man.
Yeah.
I felt like with music, I wanted to kind of encapsulate everything. I wanted to understand everything, and I guess the zero part kind of feel like is nothing but everything in a weird way.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. I wanted to ask because I was just curious. It's like, when you come up with these names, there's obviously like a subliminal.
It's like where did that come from?
Yeah, like what stage? Like I'm trying to think. I have bad memory right now, but somebody had a crazy name, and I was like, wow, that's actually like that's pretty impressive how people can come up with these. Even Rise to Elevate. I thought like I came out. I was on the beach, and I was just sitting there just meditating and stuff, and it just popped up. And
you're like, that's it.
Yeah, no, yeah. It was like 4 different ones. It was like Elevate to Rise, like. I just wrote down in a notebook different names, and
honestly, man, I feel like sometimes it's just whatever rings off the tongue,
Yeah,
and that's definitely what it was at first.
I just got lucky or go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel like, sometimes the subliminal meaning doesn't come directly. And for me in the moment, it was like, oh, that sounds kind of fire. And I started thinking about it. And eventually you're like, okay, does it work or not? Yeah, it works. Okay. Can I put a meaning behind it? Yes, no, whatever. It sounds hard. Yes. Okay, cool. Like, let's build behind it. And for a while, it was just kind of like, that's my name. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I definitely just want to understand everything. I feel like that kind of resonates with the name a little bit. Yeah.
It fits good though, man. Either way, you're going the right direction. You know what I mean? The names that you kind of already said, the 2, and I'm like, that's actually fire.
Yeah.
But dude, I wanted to ask, how do you always wake up and be yourself?
Wake up and be myself.
Yeah, it's the last one that we're gonna do.
Get out of the bed, and I try my best to stick with my routine, man. I just started boxing recently, and having something drain 125 out of your bank account every month definitely motivates you to get and fucking do it.
Yeah,
so
I would hope so.
Getting up at 7 a.m. and doing that is definitely helping, and me getting up in the morning like, all right, I got to do my shit. So I'll get
apply that same pressure to even your job stuff to your music,
Put your routine.
It's
man, having a routine is so important. Like he was saying, stay consistent. Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go box and come back. I'll get all my supplements, and I'll get a smoothie ready, and I'll go and work on music until I got to go to work. So, I mean, just having a routine, having your steps consistent, it will eventually get you where you want to go.
And I'm proud of you, bro.
Same with every day.
You got a good head on your shoulders, bro, at your age. Like, I just started all this when I was that 24. So, 24, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was like 23. But anyways, it's like when you get 5 years in, you should do a video for yourself. I've done one already, but do a 5 year.
Oh, that's sick.
Do a video to yourself in 5 years. And just so in 5 years, you can look back and be like, did I do everything I said I wanted to do in that? Because we change every day, But I do want to do this because I feel like we're probably past the 35, 40 mark. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But I wanted to ask, do you have a timer on your phone? You got your phone?
I can, yeah, let me grab it.
All right, so I just started this. I'm going to change like in about like maybe 10 more interviews. I'm going to find a new way to do these and probably do them in the beginning. But right now I'm just kind of like having fun with it. So put a timer on for a minute and then let me know when you start it. Or when you start it, I'll be giving you questions and it's like A or B. And you just kind of answer as fast as you can.
All right.
So you have a minute.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Say a word in Spanish.
Hablo.
Plane or car?
Car.
Rap or country?
Rap.
What's the capital of New York?
New York.
Nope.
No. It's Albany.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Do you snore?
Yes.
How long does it take you to get ready?
10 minutes.
Flip-flop or shoes?
Shoes.
Favorite holiday?
Halloween.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Deepest fear?
Failure.
Summer or winter?
Summer or winter?
Would you ever skydive?
Winter. Yes.
Winter. I thought you said it already. My bad.
You're
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Favorite shopping store?
Man.
First job?
My parents. They were me.
Movies or television?
Movies, television. Television.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Rap or country? Or I already said that, right?
Yeah.
I need to write more.
That was cool.
ones.
I fucked with that. I was like, oh shit, fuck.
Yeah, it's actually fun, bro, because I haven't done it. Like, I'm chilling, man. I don't beat myself up. Like,
that's cool. That kind of like really like you get a quick like understanding of what this person's like with simple questions.
Simple
and, like,
ones.
You just get it like that.
Bro, that's why I was like, the next couple, probably like the 5 interviews later, I'll figure out a new way to put it into like a better format, because right at the end of it is not that good, because some people don't really.
You could do it like you could do it like halfway through, like like slap it like right in the middle, like all right, we're gonna do a break,
I might do
speed
it after
interview
high
or something
school,
like that.
The high school part,
that makes
and
sense.
then just go bam, and then just lead into it. But yeah, no, it's really, man, it's exciting to do this, bro. Definitely got to like get you on more. We got to do more work. We don't even have to do podcast stuff. Like we can do motivational like stuff together, and like maybe you rap to it or something. I don't know, man. There's just always room for growth, and always collaborate with people. Is there anything else you want to say real quick? I kind of feel like we covered a lot.
I might just plug my homie, to be honest. Earlier when I was mentioning, sometimes you got to have your asshole friends. One of my asshole friends who actually got me out in Nashville, incredible musician. He's one of the hardest working people I know, man. He puts his heart into his craft every day. His name is Verse. You can look him up on Spotify, VER7E. I think Instagram is 85th Shogun. He is my main rapper I work with as a producer.
Okay.
And he's got a crazy vision, and I see it. So just had
that's
to plug,
what you
bro.
have to do. You have to stick with the vision and trust the process.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get you back on, because the next one we could actually dig into more of like music stuff.
100%. I love
the first one always has to be that like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we know who you are. We know your whole background. Not like that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
enough.
Yeah, enough to be able to be like, I know who that is. And now let's dig into like deeper stuff. And that's why I really wish I could like drop, like, let's say have you come back in 3 months, but I always try to do like a 6 months grace period, you know what I mean, to kind of let it rest for people, and then bam, you got new music out or something like that to go with it.
Yeah. And I try to come back to Charleston like semi-consistently. Like I've already had plans to come back next month just because family and stuff, but I'm definitely going to come back around my birthday, which is in August.
And that's when we could get some shaking.
100%. Let's do it, bro.
Because I'm be gone soon, man. Telling everybody, if you're watching this, bro, you got to come work with us
man's
before
dipping,
we're
bro.
gone.
You better get the work in before
I feel bad for people, because like they're gonna be upset that I'm gone, man. Like they're gonna be like, I should have took my shot and try to
honestly,
work.
Bro.
Because that's why I started charging people, or not like that, but just like having to book a process, because it's like a lot of times people want to work, and then it gets to that level of like the date, and they don't come. Like I've had people pay full thing and not show up. Like it hurts, bro, because it's like you're kind of just
it's like you're trying to put your time into it.
Like I don't do this for money. Like if
I totally feel you on that shit, bro. Because like growing up, like in high school, when I was saying junior, senior year, that's when I started like recording at my own crib and shit. And dude, I'd have people come through all the time, like say they're gonna come through, flake, put down a $25 deposit and flake. It's like, you know, I'm cool with the money. Like, money's separate than this.
Yeah,
but, like,
right.
I'm putting my time and dedication into setting this mic up for you,
Right.
getting everything
The
ready
space.
for you, just for you to be like, yo, I don't want to pull
can't
up, or
come
like, bro,
up.
I
Yeah.
can't. It's like, I don't know.
And I get at a young age like that. That's kind of what I had to learn, is that like between like 14 and like 16, 17, like,
Yeah.
I don't expect any kid to be like, I'm gonna be there. But after 18 and over, it's like,
It's
all
like,
right,
bro, come on.
come
Like,
on.
You're a responsible
Yeah,
adult.
you know
like,
what you're doing at this point. You know what, and yeah, this thing's starting to make me mad. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but dude, it's been an honor. The DZRO.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby. It's been an honor for real. I love you guys. Remember, stay true to yourself, and the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day and grind harder than me, DZRO, and everybody that's watching this video. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share. Peace.
Peace.